Hey Judas, welcome to AlBashir FX, and we've come again with our weekly forex forecast. And on the weekly forex forecast, we talk about the week that was and the week to be. Just I will dive into the chart fast because I have only 20 minutes for this record. This is what you're looking at is the dollar index. And the previous week, we wanted to see the market create a fair value gap and continue higher. Now we see that the market creates an indecisive weekly candle, meaning a candle that is created that is inside the previous candle. We didn't take the high nor the low of the previous week, but this week created deliver higher and deliver lower, creating a balanced price or a ranging price on a weekly time frame. Now we have weekly bearish bullish order block on the DXY, and we see price has already retest on it and rally up from it. Now on a daily time frame, if we come on the daily time frame, we see that price has rallied all the way into this area, and this price rally down here leads to this fair value gap. Now although we know from the institutional order flow, we know we are bullish, right? And this is just another form of retracement into this range. Now if we measure this range, this low and this high, which is a swing low and a swing high, we have our 50% around this area. Now we have our 61% region on this weekly bullish order block and the 71% region on this volume imbalance. Now we have getting, that is to tell you that price has reached into the discount level, use the discount bullish order block and reverse, and we closed with a momentum candle, which means a rejection candle, which is a candle that has a complete, which is a complete candle body, which is the body. We didn't see a wick, right? We didn't see that the market rally higher and reject inside, right? We closed above, right? And again we see that this candle, the wick, the body did not balance on this week. And don't forget our our daily daily inversion fair value gap, which is equivalent to this volume imbalance. So I decided, if you watch our previous videos, I was always referring to that. I decided to remove that in order for us to have a simple and simpler illustration of the chart. So if we go on a 4-hour time frame, we have this fair value gap created on Friday, which I am sure if we are very bullish, price should not reach here. This should become a breakaway gap, and this down close candle will form a bullish order block to support the continuation of price going higher, except otherwise. But yeah, I'm still open for the initiative or for the idea that price might retest on the fair value gap before going higher. All right, so we have, all I want you guys to know is that on the XY, I am anticipating for a bullish move next week. It might not be that aggressive if to the fact, let's go back to the daily, due to the fact that we have fair value gap here. And if it become aggressive, that is if the move is moving fast, whenever we get above this fair value gap, we are going to use it as inversion fair value gap, and we are going to anticipate that this gap will be enough to take us above this in external range liquidity, right? To take us above this external range liquidity. But next week our highest draw on liquidity remain this internal range liquidity plus target. So this is what I'm looking out for, or what I'm anticipating on the dollar index. If this is the first time you are stumbling on this channel, do well to subscribe, like this and share this video with friends. Thank you and God bless you. So comment, let me know what you think about the market going in next week. And also likewise the euro US dollar. Now we since we have seen the market sweep this high, that is all the move that is taking us lower, or all why we are we are interested in seeing lower price is because of this raid. Without this raid, we wouldn't be so sure to expect lower prices. So because of this raid and the reverse, which is especially this market structure shift and this change in the state of delivery, this is the main change in the state of delivery that leads to what? A break in market structure, right below. So this candle is a change in the state of delivery, and we've seen, which is also our bullish order block, sorry, our bearish order block, and we've seen price rally into it. Now likewise on euro US dollar, on our previous video of the weekly forex forecast, what we intend to, or what I intend to see in price was the price, because of the momentum the price was carrying, then I was anticipating for price to create a fair value gap right on the weekly time frame. I wasn't interested in seeing price creating an efficient price delivery with this previous week. Now, because price is creating efficient price delivery, that is also confirming the fact that this move, all the move that we are going lower, is just to fill in higher time frame what inefficiency, so that whenever price is ready to start going higher, the market will have no what opposing PDRA that is going to slow down its efficacy or the movement of the market. Anyway, that is just what I'm just using that as a higher time frame perspective. Now, on looking at on the weekly time frame, I'm anticipating for the weekly to expand lower. We have relative equal here, and also we have our internal range liquidity plus total all right, sorry, so plus target. This is an external range liquidity because it's an outside range liquidity. So I think I'll have to work on that. So now on the lower time frame, so for us to have more comprehensive knowledge, I am going to remove this weekly bearish order block for my own personal use case, because on this weekly bearish order block, we also have the smaller time frame bearish order block, which is the daily time frame bearish order block. And we see how on Friday price reach into it and reject, creating a candle, a rejection candle, which is telling us that price has rejected and is now willing to go in the direction of what institutional order flow. I told you guys also on my Wednesday video that if price continue to go higher, right, I'm not interested in buying around this area. That is why I did not trade on Thursday. Sorry, yeah, on Thursday, but I did trade on Friday. The short that was available on Friday, I did take that. So and that is how I position myself, because I know that we are already in an area of high, very strong high resistance. We are in an area of weekly bearish order block and also daily bearish order block, and also this is a premium. So buying in a premium is very dangerous to, especially in new traders like us, right? All right, we have been in this market for some times, but the experience that will enable us to make money consistently is not established yet completely. That, don't lie to yourself. I will not lie to myself because I want to chase clout or anything, right? You can see my following is small and all of that, so I'm keeping it real here, right? Hi, all right. So there is no form of deceptions. It is just real price reading and everything. So if you don't trust my my analysis, you can wait for it to happen, then you come back and check what I actually said, right? Or you can go back to my previous, because I do daily market review and check whether there is a big difference. So on a 4 hour time frame, we have seen that euro has delivered lower, create a fair value gap. But since we have priced below another fair value gap here, which becomes a 4 hour inversion fair value gap, I am also in support that if price is not willing to come to this fair value gap, we might use the inversion fair value gap. Just like I was saying that on the XY, we might use the 4 hour bearish order block. So we might use this inversion fair value gap to go lower. But whatever be the case, the draw on liquidity, you can see this equal lows. This is our draw on liquidity, and you need to have your eyes right down there to expect that price is going to reach on that area next week. So this is where the place I put the eye is where I'm looking at price to draw to next week. So that is it for the the Euro US dollar. Let's go to GBP US dollar. I'm going to try to be a little bit faster because of my time. So on the GBP US dollar, we've seen that price, this is our weekly bearish order block, price has even closed above the weekly bearish order block, which reduced the efficacy of this weekly bearish order block, but also shows our what an SMT divergence with euro and the dollar index. Now I actually was in support of price reaching into this bearish order block on British pound, but not interested in seeing it go all the way this far and having this kind of candle close. Now we might see euro create lower low or take that external range liquidity, but GBP might not take the external range liquidity, which is this low. So we might actually see GBP creating next week will not take this low, but will and also will not take this high, because this week has already taken the low of this week to reject higher. So the underlying strength was on GBP actually. The move higher, the underlying strength on this price move rally higher was actually on GBP, more on GBP than Bitcoin, than Euro or DXY. So now we have seen, if you look here, you see that GBP has actually repriced or retest on this fair value gap last week, right? So because if we measure this fair value gap, it is not more than 40 days, right? Which is from this day. If we count each candle, one, two, three, it is not more than 40 days. So it's still very valid, right? But if you have a 20-day PDRA, then we can say that it is much more valid than not. So I am not going to go through the stress of putting that on the chart, but since I don't have much time. So what I'm anticipating for now on GBP is that next week, which is next week trading, I'm anticipating for GBP to use the consequent encroachment of this candle and go lower, use it to go lower. So I'm expecting lower prices despite, but I am also in suggestion that the highest expansion we can see on GBP next week will be this candle low, the highest. I'm not, but we are actually coming below here, but because the GBP has um the GBP, sorry, not euro. This GBP has an underlying strength of bullish price. So we might actually see slow price action, and which will lead price at least taking this low and not this low. So if we go on a lower time frame to see the possible bearish order block we could use or any PDRA, we see that we have low PDRA, and we actually haven't seen a change in the state of delivery on a 4 hour time frame that we support. Now, if you are looking for a weekly draw, you need to find a change in the state of delivery on the 4 hour, right? On the 4 hour time frame. Just like we have seen on Euro and DXY, we have not seen any clear one on GBP. That is why I said the underlying strength, GBP has more strength than Euro. So Euro is showing weakness while GBP is still showing strength on the price. So we are going to wait, and from next week I'm going to, on our video, I'm going to update us on if the underlying strength has actually shifted and we can actually anticipate for price to go lower, right? So that is it for the GBP US dollar. Now back to the almighty Bitcoin. I have been calling on this Bitcoin price even before we see this crash, but it was not easy. A lot of my friends actually lose money right on it, right? So, but anyway, despite that, I caught the move. I didn't cut the whole thing, but it's just when they say lucky meets preparedness, or yeah, preparedness meet luck. So that was just what it is for me. It's not that I actually was aware that Trump is going to impose something like that on China. So we have seen price reject, and now this week continue to go lower, right? So I'm anticipating for next week to also continue to go lower, and this is where we can our high my highest draw on liquidity for Bitcoin is this external range liquidity, the blue line. So I'm anticipating for Bitcoin to reach this level. I know on a long time BTC is coming to 74K, and this is a warning. Like, if you, well, I don't even have much following, but I also know that BTC is making a long time retracement currently, and a lot of people who, if you are not really aware, you might get burned, right? So we're just going to position ourselves to see if we can take any small profit or on a sell going in forward. So on a daily time frame, we have this bearish order block. Now, if you see, I call this in small inversion favor gap. Look at, since then, price has been using it to go lower. Did I actually trade it? No, right? So I did not trade it. So let me just take it off. So just because I call it out, and I'm not going to start making jest of it that I, lie that I take it or not, because whether I told you or not, you not know. But one of the important thing about trading is just that, just be good and know what you are doing for your own self. Whether, just forget about anybody, right? Because everybody, this industry is full of fake people, right? Full of fake individuals, right? So you might also find something about me that is flawed. So all the result that really matter is actually your own result. Anybody result does not actually matter. So one thing I'm looking out for Bitcoin currently is that we have this bearish order block right now, and I am anticipating this bearish order block to lead us. And also within the bearish order block, we have this fair value gap, and if we measure here to here, we have this fair value gap being in discount. So there is a possibility that price might rally above the fair value gap, but still closed on a daily time frame perspective. The candle will still close on below it. But any form of retracement, or when I actually see a confirmed signal that, yeah, the market is going to officially turn now and go lower, then I will be very glad to engage. Now I also have this. I also see this, because if you don't know that Bitcoin usually do some crazy shit. So I am also aware that if they want to take uninformed traders, they might price Bitcoin back to this PDRA. Now, everybody that was short here will all be taken, and that will be enough liquidity to drive Bitcoin down, even down, all the way down. So, if they are looking for a way to get liquidity in to drag people, that is when they will just spike. Bitcoin usually spike and move all the way back to this for our unmitigated. Look at, it is unmitigated and also has a fair value gap that is unmitigated. So price might get back to this level, And this is we mark the end of our video today. I hope it was insightful, and if you like it, share, subscribe, like, comment what you think, and see you on Monday. God bless you, and yeah, enjoy your weekend.